startup was a person, what person would it be? Right? So Pia, the same question. Michael, George, the same question. So what is our company's identity, right? So then you would have to, that's homework perhaps, take a piece of paper or a tool online. So now this is our Google Hangout. Yeah, okay.
We have it as a logo.
Very good. Yes, you do have the lady.
Yeah.
Okay. So perhaps I could have asked more follow-up questions then, but that's something for you to think. Probably some of you have done the process, but it's good to know who we are as a company, right? You might be a one-man, one-woman company, but you have to think also that what is the company detached to me, to myself, that if I'm to go one day from the company, what's the core identity of the company, okay? So very good, Jussi summarized. We talked about so thank you for your kind words, and I'm glad you liked also Iliana's presence. We will have, and I will be bringing you books or experts virtually or different other content other than our session here in this time and space. So Iliana will join us as a channel consultant at HubSpot in Ireland. She'll be joining us again in the next session, and you can ask also more questions as we go by. So the first two workshops are about social media marketing, and the other two remaining workshops are about blogging. So this is the last now workshop, the second one about social media marketing. We'll be very hands-on today. And then we'll start talking about blogging, and once more, the last one about blogging. Social media, blogging. That's the division. You also had to do a couple of tasks, right? So the first task was, Eugene?
So that was to create a brand persona, right? And our marketing strategic techniques.
Yes, so the first task was to create your company's objectives if you don't have ready. And I gave you a structure, how those move. And I'll just give something quite quickly here. What are the boxes, the three boxes that we identified? Who remembers?
Background, demographics, and identities.
Did John give you those?
And 3 boxes on here. Yeah.
This is for the buyer personas.
Okay.
Yes, this is the other task, the second task.
Okay.
Perhaps I can show you here I can share my screen so you can see here where we are. So here, and then here in Moodle. So the ones, of course, George, you didn't have the access, of course, but assignment 2, setting social media strategic objectives and goals. There were 2 assignments. The one was this one, and here is the description. Can you see everyone? Core business objectives, strategic marketing objectives, and digital social marketing goals. So if we start from the top one, core business objectives. Here we have some examples. What could those be? What's the sole business purpose, your sole business purpose for your startup? Generating revenue, or what you're in business for, right? You're not a charity, right? Or maybe you have other ideas. Maybe you have a more, so let's ask Pia. Pia, what's your sole business objective? Why you made this startup? To employ yourself? To earn an income?
And to help others.
Okay, right. So those could be some core strategic objectives, business objectives. Michael, what's your core business objective? Why you're in business for?
Well, I would say in the long term to be able to give back to others.
To give back to others. To give what?
Well, I would like to work eventually for just to give most of my money to charity.
But that's a little bit after thought of the
Ah.
business. The business purpose is what? As Kitty's Diner. What's business?
The business is to.
To plus verb. What is the verb that comes top of your head?
Well, it's a community feeling.
Okay.
Create a community feeling. Helsinki.
But that could apply to any business, right? What would think about? Perhaps you can think about.
Maybe my personal.
Think about your business. So in particular, so that sentence can fit in so many other businesses. How could you?
This is tricky.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Eugene, do you have some strategic core objectives that you've written down?
Yeah, I have 4 of them,
Tell us, please.
all of them.
Yes?
So yeah, basically, yeah, I think they can apply to other businesses as well. So it's a grow profitable business.
Grow profitable business. That's very good. Well, we don't want to have a loss. We don't have profit, obviously.
True. Then raise seed investment also. Then some abstract phrase as staying afloat within the first year. So because there is a high probability that we will fail. And the next one and the last one, become a leading business intelligence solution in the European market.
The first and the fourth one are the best. I tell you straight away. And why is that? Do you have a sense of it? Because you said when you were describing them that they're quite abstract, the middle ones. Because the middle ones could be more of goals or aftermath or prerequisites for the big picture. So what I want you to understand in general is that first of all, we have also in project management, I teach that the top level when we are starting a project or a business is the overall objective. The overall objective is a sentence or two that ties with the vision and a mission of the project, of the company. This is the strategy, right? This comes straight away from your website, from a paper that you have somewhere, right? Or it might be internal to you. So first of all, you have to define your vision and mission, as we have in Haaga-Helia. If you go to Haaga-Helia's website, the vision of Haaga-Helia is to educate students with strong entrepreneurial and sales skills for the benefit of society and business. One line, correct? So this is the vision of Haaga-Helia. And the mission explains even more with one sentence how we're taking upon that mission, how to achieve our vision, okay? And also it says to be the leading university at some point, it says. As you said, we want to be, what was the fourth point?
Become a leading business intelligence solution.
Leading, that's perfect, right? So you want to be the leading, how would you, theme restaurant in Finland.
Yes, yeah.
You want to be the leading, the
Okay.
first, the unique, leading,
Yeah.
right? We want to offer this and that. We want to be in a profitable business, right? So this is a little bit abstract, the overall objectives, okay, here. So these are still the general level. And then we have the strategic marketing objectives. So here we have now, we go from the top down, so this approach, top down, from the more abstract to the more specific. So tell me some strategic marketing objectives that you have defined for your startup. Subi.
We are increasing visibility, credibility, and getting feedback. We still have nothing to sell, so that affects the objectives.
Okay, but that's very good because the feedback first you said, oh, but actually, since you're in that phase, right?
Yeah.
It's like a pre-feasibility. Is it going to work? We want the feedback, right? In order to develop this even better. And then to say, screw them, we're doing our own thing, or let's listen to them, there's a point there. So that's very good. Eugene,
Well, I have
marketing
also
objectives.
feedback, improved feedback loop.
Okay.
I have increased traffic, conversion, credibility. Then some of the points that are crucial only for our business, decrease churn rate, increase retention, and gain loyal customers.
Very good. Yes. And now the last, so all of this now, they have to be seen in connection. So if you have here one sentence like generate revenue, right? Here, this has to communicate somehow to be translated into a marketing objective. So for each of your objectives, it would be good to open this up in concrete marketing objectives. So if you have one here, here you have 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3 that need to take place. So the logic of this technique is that if the strategic marketing's objectives hold true, those three, then the core business objective is achieved. So you have to see the relationship. There is this here, this if-then logic. If-then logic. So if this holds true, then this succeeds. This takes place. Okay? So the first, how we work this technique is that from top down, so from top down, so we define this one or A, B, and C. And then to analyze if we've done it successfully, we go bottom up using the if-then technique. So now we define here a few things, or it could be a second box here, and then 2.1, 2.2. And then let's say this is about it. Then you have 1, 2 sentences as core business objectives, right? To generate revenue and to be the leading company in our field. In Finland, you can specify by year 2017, right? You can set those SMART objectives. And then you specify how this can be opened up to this or to that. And then the third part, their digital and social media, this is where we come in, digital and social media objectives. And then again, you can open this. Tell us, yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So what we use here is like more for long-term planning rather than short-term. So I kind of like, because this is too like complicated and different levels. So through that kind of strategic objectives and goals, I kind of set like monthly goals. That's more like maybe for 6 months
Yeah.
or 1 year.
So this is long-term, very good question. So this is long-term, right? Vision, mission, strategic, generate revenue. It's not going to happen tomorrow when you're still getting feedback and getting things started, right? But you need to think about what's my vision, what's my mission, where I want to be in 2017, 25, 20 at least, right? Where am I going? I don't do it just to get the startup school credits and goodbye. There is a purpose. Otherwise, you'll be like the rest of the students who pass the courses and goodbye. They ask teachers, give me one and I'm happy. But you're obviously here. It means that you're motivated, you want to do something different, right? To make some contribution to society, to business, to yourself, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So I think you're my kind of people. That's why we're here. So yes, so this is long-term, but it needs to be thought early on. It's not carved in stone. You can make changes to that. This is mid-term, and here and down, this is quite short-term actually, because now you said what we'll be working today, that what is the objectives for our social media? Of course, you can make long-term social media objectives, but also the medium, as Marshall McLuhan has said, the father of media, has talked about the medium is the message. And the medium in the social media, in this case, are quite short-lived in a way. I mean, they change, they're ever evolving. Like WhatsApp is popular now, and tomorrow it's gone. Vine is now hit, but then it's gone. Facebook is dying. New things emerge. So there is the circle. So you cannot make so long term. What is my Facebook post in 2017? Will it ever exist? Who cares? right? But so the logic is that we move from the longest term to the very specific. So here now, does it answer your question or
Yeah.
follow up?
Because like, for example, we have that machine, there is some kind of management tool called Objectives and Key Results.
Mm-hmm.
It's used by Google and other companies. As far as you just like place your objectives and then your key results again, like how you'll achieve, for example, now this is strategic and then digital, and then you score them.
Yeah.
Like after 1 month when the deadline
Yeah, there's
period
different
is
tools.
reached. So we are like more following that one. So that's why I was asking.
That's fine, because you also yourself, when you put the numbers there, you see
Yeah.
that what's your priority here.
Yeah.
So that's fine. And in every case, in those also, this is a more perhaps simple tool, but it's, I think, understandable. The logic is more or less the same. You can also put your priorities here. Like, is this generating revenue my number one, or is it the fact to earn the brand recognition and awareness as number one, and then the revenue will follow? Does the chicken make the egg or the egg the chicken? So you have to think about and battle a little bit in your head, like what is my core objective here?
So everything is correlated.
Everything is correlated, exactly. That's what I want you to understand. They're like this, okay? And then when we go down, I want you to open up each of this to, let's say, 1.1.1. It might be a smaller box, and 0.2, right? And then all of this the same here. But let's read a little bit the general, some examples here. Build an online community. This is what you want to achieve also. You spoke about community, right? Increase conversions from visitors to buyers. You mentioned about conversions. Demonstrate thought leadership. For instance, in your case, in Pastrum's case, you want to be seen as the thought leader, the company that knows what's right and what's not, the company that knows what content works and what doesn't, right? Because you're in the content business, you're knowledge workers, right? So you want to be seen as a thought leader, to establish yourself. And when you say something, when you write a press release, when you write a brochure, when you make a translation, it's spot on, perfect, it has good language, great content, packaged in a nice delivery, in a nice package, and given to the customer, right? And the customer shines through your content, right? Because they do translations in this country. So, okay. Or
Hopefully, not translations yet, but
but John got some, I think, in the company, some translations he mentioned.
he copies, someone else translates,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
edits the
He
translation
edits, okay, but in the future, yes, he has this goal. But in any case, it's about content, proofreading, translating later on, and whatnot. Good. Increase online visibility, become a media resource like HubSpot is. So you want your website, your blog to be a place where people can go there to find interesting stuff. You want your customers to go there to your social media, to your website, to your blog, and download resources. So what you can give out for free, but there might be a catch. Download this newsletter for free, enter your email, you build a database of emails. You contact them, you convert them later on, you say, I'll give you a great offer. You're from our first 100 people to join our newsletter, and would like to take special care of you because you're with our business from the very beginning. And we feel that you are the early adapters and you saw our value, so we want to treat you well, right? So tell me some of your digital social media objectives. Suvi, you have your computer there open?
Yeah. Well, we need to build an online community.
Sure, absolutely.
And we need to demonstrate the project and the flexibility it has so that we can adapt to the customer's needs. And we want to brand the team because we need more co-creators. So we want to brand the team as an attractive place to work at.
And that perhaps could take place on your website somehow, that the team is there, because we talk about digital and social media objectives. How do you see the team being present online,
Yeah,
perhaps?
yeah.
Because that will tell you immediately, do we need new pictures for our team? Should they blog? What's their personal brand, right? What's my Christmas culture brand as a teacher, as an entrepreneur, as this and this and this, right? That people can connect with me. What's your personal brand? What's yours? Because you also have your own brand identity as your company has your own. But since you're very close, those two can be connected. When George drew there on the board his company personified, basically he drew himself like this, happy John, big muscles, and, because he is the company.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, right? So one man, one woman companies. Okay. Some other goals have you done this, Seth?
John has.
Yeah, tell a little bit from Pastrum the digital and social media goals that John has identified.
Well, actually, they seem to be very similar or / identical to the ones you have on the board there. But increase conversions from visitors to buyers, demonstrate thought leadership. I learned that phrase just now. Increase online visibility.
Increase online visibility, yes. So now, when we move from the objectives, and now this is the very short term here, right? This is the short term. So here we have objectives, the more general ones. And then here we have the social media goals. And now you see how specific they can be. Just examples, and I can hear yours too. Here. Now, in the goals, the objective is big and abstract. But the goal is coming down to something very concrete. So now we're talking. Now this is specific. First example, reach 1,000 email subscribers by, also at the time. Start with 100, but somehow put the goal, right, and measure it. Every month, you're going to have different, just examples. Of course, you then define your own goals. Reach 500 Facebook, Twitter followers by May 2015. And for this course, what we'll be finishing today and we'll be doing today, I will show you how to write a perfect post, if there is one, for each platform. So we will take down the anatomy of each blog, of each social media. So what's the perfect Facebook post look like? How the perfect YouTube video should be, how the perfect tweet, how the perfect Google Plus, Instagram. So we'll take all of this, and that's your task for today in this workshop, okay? So we will break everything down, and then your task is also, I will show you some scheduling tools that automatically schedule posts. So first, I will show you, and you will create your own perfect for your business posts for different social media that you're active. And then not only that you will schedule them, but I'll show you some tools where you can schedule them so that they can automatically appear. So you forget about them, you don't do it manually. Oh, I'm tired, I came home now, I haven't tweeted, I'll just tweet. I'm gonna do something fast or retweet somebody else's, I curate content, just throw it there. And then it's 10 o'clock at night, people don't see it because they watch movies at home, like Anna is doing. And then, who do you reach then? Okay, you said you've done it. Oh, I've done it, that's my task, because Jussi gave it to Suvi to do the social media, and Suvi is tired with her thesis, but still does it, so that it's there. But really, who do we reach here, okay? So 2 things we will do today. How to write perfect posts for each social media platform. And second, how to schedule them in times that they're ideal according to research. Of course, I want to tell also, having said that you have to be very mindful of the fact that perhaps your audience, your personas are out there, and maybe they consume content at different times. So it's good to analyze also your statistics and what your brand personas need and want. So now let's go to the personas. So the other task that you had to do.
Can we go through have a Facebook page, you could look at our statistics.
Yes, we will, and I have a tool for this actually.
Okay.
This one is called Likealizer. So we will use this tool in a minute. So the second, exercise that we had, or task, was to create your buyer personas. You find it here in Moodle, create your buyer personas. So let's go for a quick round. What buyer personas you have identified? Suvi, do you have something to show us? Have you drawn them? Have you been, you fill the form?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, we do.
Eugene, you have the same done?
Yeah,
Okay, are you ready to start until Suvi, or did you find Suvi?
Yes, yeah.
So tell us a little bit, how many brand buyer personas you have identified? And for those perhaps who are not familiar with what this means, right? Just to mention, or Eugene, would you like to sum up what is a buyer persona? How did we define it?
Bit complicated, but as I understand, it's like our actual customer, not like potential customer, like a bank of customers we don't know, but like actual. So like our audience and specific person we can identify that is, I don't know, his persona looks like similar to maybe others, but then when we identify like the one, then we can understand his needs and how we can, what marketing message we can use to attract.
Exactly. So basically, buyer personas are imaginary people, humanoids, right?
Actually done it.
Yeah, good. Taina gave you the assignment. Yes. So imaginary humanoids that are our ideal customers. Okay. So this is something you have good drawing skills, Michael. You said. Sit down and draw your ideal customers. Who are they, right? How do they look? How old they are? What do they like? Try to imagine. Because today, it will help us in the next step to identify that we have, let's say, this is our customer, and how basically to pair a Facebook post that he would like, that she would like. What would she like to see? She would like to see something different than this guy here, this persona, okay? Maybe she would be more interested to see something even in a different platform, in Pinterest, in Instagram. Maybe not. How should the post be like? Having a link, not having a link, having a picture, asking a question, right? So those people have different needs, right? So it would lead us to the next step now when we make content for each of our personas. Okay, you can even give them names. You can draw them up, right? And it's good for you to know this post I'm making for persona Catty and persona Kitty and persona Catman, right? For who am I making? Eugene, let's start from you. Tell us some of your personas. What have you been drafting?
Well, I don't know, maybe it's better to show, but I don't know how to show that. Okay, so
Did you have also this?
Yeah.
What we don't have there.
I have the same one.
Yeah.
Fill in.
Give us one buyer persona, please.
Okay, so like basically I have 3 different personas, and those are people in 3 different fields.
Mm-hmm.
I have marketing, then finances, and management.
Okay. So you have these are their occupations of your personas,
Yeah.
let's say.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because like they are target audience.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Are they men? Are they women?
yeah,
Tell
all
us.
of them are men,
All of them are men.
and they are over 20-25 years old. So background, I can tell you. Okay, let's take CEO, Chief Executive Officer. So background, he has an extensive experience working in several companies. He is a board member and advisor in 2 startups. He is married with 1 child. Then, if we're going to demographics, so male obviously, 30 to 40 years old. Income is more than 150K per year, I guess. I don't know. Then his urban identifiers. Well, I didn't quite get identifiers on this platform, but I have like email and phone call and contact with him basically. Then goals. I think they're the same as I have, like generate revenue, hire the best team, grow profitable business, and stay afloat with Sarah.
Good. Thank you, Eugene. We will not take a one from you, but we will hear others.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Pia and then Suvi. Pia, you had this last.
Yeah, I've actually done 4 personas, but
Alright. Give us sort of your one core main persona for your weight loss.
okay, it's Lisa. She's
Mhm.
30 years old and married, has 1 or 2 small children, and lives in Helsinki. She has no car, working in quite a big company, and likes to go on Facebook, mostly at night after the kids are asleep, and also uses Instagram, and on her spare time does some light exercise because she has to. It's something that everybody does, so she does it also. Income is about 30,000 a year, and the goal is to lose about 15 to 30 kilos. Uses actively her phone, mostly WhatsApp, and likes to go to near markets and what's palvelu in English? Services, yeah, sorry. And the goal is her own. She wants to feel good, but she understands this a bit later. So the more it's like she wants to fit to her old pants or. And the challenge is to believe in herself and the motivation. And I want to give her the tools and the support that this works. And it's something that she really wants. It's something like everybody else does it, and she sees it around her that everybody else maybe loses some weight, so she also wants it. The obstacles are money, and she thinks that it's really expensive, but it isn't, because you're like, it's something that she doesn't want for herself. And she knows something about Cambridge, and maybe has also lost some weight earlier. And I have some marketing ideas. It's like lose, I don't know if these are in Finnish, kilot pysyvästi pois. It's more like
Permanent.
Yeah, permanently, and some energy and fit to your old pants and this kind of like that.
Very good. So you see now with Lisa, we can imagine Lisa. We know Lisa. We have been friends with Lisa. Maybe we are a Lisa, minus 2 kids, you know. So it's very clear that persona, as Pia was talking, could you imagine that woman? I could tell immediately that it's a Finnish woman, independent, strong. She has a job, or also dedicated to her family, young, urban, but she's very cautious with her money, as Finnish women are, and that's great, right? That doesn't want to pamper herself. She wants to provide for her kids, but also wants to do so is all the pressure that women are feeling, and to look good, and to be good mothers, and to be good at work. You know, this is the customer, very concrete customer. Thank you, Pia. Very good. Suvi,
Yeah, we have 4 personas.
give us one, please. One that you think that is very.
2 of them are end customers, then we have an investor and a co-creator. Which one do you want?
Which one do you think would like to present now? Customer? Yeah. Yes, and that's a good point. We talked about last time that a buyer persona is not always our customer. It could be our stakeholder, right? And a stakeholder we define as what? What is a stakeholder? It's not a shareholder, don't get confused. But a shareholder is any person or target group who has an interest in our business success or even failure. It could be a competitor. They can have some persona, right? And we can imagine how to address them, right? So we can personify everyone around us and then help us, with our marketing messages, differentiate or target just their needs. But let's be an investor, right? An investor is a buyer persona, right? So tell us, please, what would you like to present? Customer.
Well, she's a literary editor who lives with her partner, no kids, and is 30-something with moderate income, not rich and poor either. She's a introverted, probably slightly reserved, a bit serious. She uses Facebook. Also likes to meet people face to face, but that's going to happen with us too often.
So can I ask, that's a good point. Does your community is bounded on to be an online community? Could it be an offline community as well?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
her goals, she wants to be wowed, and she wants to be intellectually challenged by a literary game fantasy. She's a big time fantasy fan. But since she's been reading a lot all her life, pretty much it's pretty difficult to be wowed. And it's hard to find anything original, anything new anymore. So we can provide the quality and unforeseen depth and character. I still don't understand this.
Yes, basically what we can do to,
Yeah.
present ourselves as original, we can sort of go over it one more time just to make sure that we actually have something fresh.
You said this, I didn't understand. Yeah. Here are the quotes. Yeah, right. This is damn well written fan module where there is a princess, bandits, and sexual harassment in a very misogynist environment. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, who said this? I don't know. Yeah.
Does your character, your persona, have a name?
Yeah, well.
Just-
I
Can you, if you close your eyes,
Yeah.
could you, because now you're talking, because I think Pia's were very clear, we could see her, right, in the tram. Because this is something that I want you also, Eugene, to visualize in such a way that you meet a person in a conference and you know, hey, this is a person I have to go in my car to and rub shoulders with and introduce myself. Like, it's a little bit like face control, you know, whether you like it or not, but the way we dress, the way we are, says something about ourselves, right? And you see those shoes that show your shoes. You know, we know that she runs, right? Don't we? You know, I only run if I'm being chased. If someone's after me, I run. I don't do it. I don't like it. But she runs. She's this person that she's going to know what right?
Thanks.
And I'm there taking the tram, one more stop, because I'm so tired. And my elevator is broken at home now for 1 month, and I'm just about to. I tell the workers every day, yes, hi, make it go faster, thank you. As I go back to my work. You know, so this is a person, right?
Yeah.
Tell something. So we have to imagine her, what she wears, where she hangs out, right? Where is her neighborhood? Where she shops? Where, you know, she's very, do we find her in the library, Helsinki City Library? Will we find her in a cafe? Will we find her in Musiikitalo? Where is that person? Is she only at home? Because then it gives you ideas how to reach her, where to put ads, where to put native ads even, in which social media, right? Do you go some places and leave flyers and put a poster because she's there and oh, this kind of person would see that, right? So try to imagine like what's that person, build it, because you're good in the fantasy. So make your characters, give a task, this task to one of your designers, say, draw us these people and put them in the wall. Like this is the people, put them to the side. And remember, this is the people that we're doing this for, right? This is our investor, this is our customer, this is that. Nice meeting you, right? So remember every day, what are we doing this for, okay? Thank you so much. We will, of course, this is an endless task. You will continue working on your personas and refining them, right? And I can give you additional help with that. Now, what is very important is to move today to our second part of the workshop series, where we will talk. Here is the Prezi that has all the information. And today we will continue with the anatomy of perfect posts. Let's start with the easy one, and the one that, according to the survey that you filled in, not easy one, but the one that everyone is present. So let me ask you a question once more. Do your companies have a Facebook profile, a page?
Yes.
Yes. Let's start from that. Now, what I would like to do is to give you sort of the first. We will have a lunch break at 12, by the way, so we have 1 hour. Are you okay? Would you like to go to the bathroom or anything like that? Of course, you can go out and come back as you feel like it, but I would like to continue until 12 o'clock, and then we have the break. And we have a little bit longer break. So please have a paper. Here you'll see very visually, I'll give you one of them. Let's see. Please. I didn't know Dia was coming, and then I can give you this one. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, good. So now we will talk about Facebook. So let's start here. Let me put my screen to full screen. And here. So let's talk a little bit about Facebook. Research shows that the best days to post in Facebook in general are Thursdays and Fridays. Make a note to yourself regarding that. Of course, that's not a golden rule that it's blinding, and it means that we only post on those days. But posts that are published on those days tend to have the biggest amount of likes and comments. Because, I think it's perhaps psychologically explained that you're tired on Monday and you're like, Monday. Just another week. Thank you, God, but still, what a drag. And then you don't have so much time there to start liking. Maybe you hate the world. I know people that hate the world on Mondays, right? So this tells you something about the day. Now we have the Google Hangout, so it hides a little bit of our text. So I will zoom in here. So, pardon me?
Can I ask something on that?
Yeah.
Does it differ? I mean, if you're doing something like Kitty's Diner or Fantasy Worlds, that's a personal context. You're trying to engage people in their free time. I would be trying to engage people in their professional time. Is there a distinction then between, because people log on during the day when at work also. Thursdays, Fridays, probably more in the evening, people are engaged to see it.
We will see now the times.
Okay.
Yeah.
But would that hold true even if you're looking for B2B as opposed to maybe B2C?
I have some, I will answer to this question because it's coming up.
Okay.
So thanks for this point. We'll go through it. So just see this percentage, 86% of posts are published during the work week, with engagement peaking on Thursday and Friday. It doesn't mean that engagement is not happening on the other days, right? But the engagement is peaking on those days. And then the happiness index, what we will see in the anatomy of the post as well, having happy posts, feeling happy, feeling excited at Wings Coffee on a Friday. People like to see happy things on a Friday. It's the end of the work week. We can now indulge ourselves to a nice dinner or go to our fantasy world and interact there and do something because we can reward ourselves, right? So we will talk about now. I asked you to build your own ideal post. The less people want to work to be at work, the more they're in Facebook. As you mentioned, they do it even on work times, but of the day that is better to post according to research. Of course, there's different data and different sources. Just be mindful. Of course, now we're seeing some data, but I'd advise you that you check your Facebook analytics. Your page will tell you, all right? So we will come to this now in a minute. But in general, some research shows and many sources indicate that the best times to post are this. At 1 p.m., you get the most shares, according to research. Maybe in your industry, in your company, it doesn't hold true, okay? And it's not the holy grail of knowledge, but just to get some idea, right? And then it could be trial and error. And then your analytics of your own page will tell you when it's actually good for my business to post, okay? Don't take it as at face value. Krista said that, but just we're going through different things and then we see what works for you and what doesn't. 3 a.m., most clicks, so a bigger click-through rate, right? Click-through rate. Broader suggestion of any time between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Depends on the research. I'll show you now some other, actually, you can also take this handout. Optimal timing for social posts. Let's split one each. There is a tool I can open it up for you called Fun Page Karma. You see the optimal time there tailored to your audience. If you have a computer, you can go already to Fun Page Karma. Check out this page if you have time. Fun Page Karma. Yes.
How is it called again?
Fun Page Karma. It just shows you some information, but it might be a little bit complex, so you can do it later on at home. Take some time to see it. A perfect Facebook post. Elements that a Facebook post has. And then the rest information is in the handout that I have given you. The third point, gets published at non-peak times, is also something that is debatable. But let's take a look here, for instance, before that, about the Facebook post length. Before, or years before or ago, was 80 characters. Now it goes down to 40, right, in Facebook. So think a little bit about words, not characters, sorry. And then think about this chart from research, that what does that mean? The larger the number of characters, the higher the response rate goes down. So now, or wait a second, perhaps here I want to show you also this. Can you see this? Is this visible? Yes. So interact after hours. Post publish after hours. So 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. see 11% more interaction than those published during the work day, and 29 more than those published before work. Perhaps that's what also George asked. Of course, people do at work, but then if you have your colleague looking over your shoulder, you don't want to endlessly do there, because if you leave work undone, you'll take it home, right? So you don't have so much time. Of course, you check like, oh, do I have a message? Is something urgent happening? I could reply, of course, but you don't have the time to really engage, start commenting. Maybe you just quickly like something, check your messages, log out, or close the page because I'm going to my class and I want my students to see that I was on Facebook, right? So you don't have so much time to spend on that platform. Weekend boost. Less than 80% of posts are published on weekends, but weekend content sees the most engagement. So less content is being put on the weekend, but it has more engagement. What I just said, that they have people have the time to comment, to enter in a debate and start saying, no, that's not that, how can you post this, right? And then you have these threads. Posts published on Sundays, for example, get 25% more likes, shares, and comments than Wednesday posts. So the golden rule: Thursday, Friday, good times to publish. Engagement grows in the weekend. So maybe you can already reply to people's comments there, so that they can reply back, oh, thank you for posting that, oh, thank you for doing that, welcome again, next event is then, or don't forget to download that, right? So engage your audience. That's, of course, if you want to allocate some money and budget on boosting posts. And I know that Kitty Diner, you have done this. You have some sponsor posts I've seen. So you've allocated a few dollars for that purpose.
Yeah.
How has it been working?
Well, actually, I think that it was very good because, well, we got, like, for one post, when we introduced our idea and when we said what we were going to do and announced the idea to the public, we got like over 5,000 views, and our like rating just went boom. But then there was been other posts that we've done, a boost posting, where we've got the views, but the likes have gone up more slowly. And this is what we're finding now, is that we have right now a kind of sticking figure, and we're boosting the post and lots of people are seeing it, but it's not necessarily getting the
Engagement.
the active engagement.
Yes. And of course, Facebook has been accused about this, the fact that, of course, there's a way when you put a few dollars to boost a post, you can specify what demographics, so what personas you want to reach. That's why we're doing this, right? So when you have a clear persona, you can specify in the Google, in the Facebook ad, the sponsor post that you want to create, that I want to allocate $14 and I want it to be seen by women 25 to 35 living in Helsinki, this and that and that, because Facebook has the data and can see where that post appears.
That's what I think I was getting confused with, because I only had a boost post for friends or people who like my page and their friends. So that could be why I haven't done the demographics yet,
Okay.
because I wasn't sure
Yeah.
what I'm looking at. I mean, I can see the data, but I don't know how to.
What sort of engagement are you looking for if you don't actually have the diner? Yes, part of what typical engagement would be, visit the diner.
No, well, right now we're looking for a potential first customer base and also for investors. That's the engagement that we're looking for.
Okay.
So to build a customer base and then gain it.
And it's good to
Coverage
create
and
some kind of buzz.
And and also investors can
Expectation.
see that there is a buzz, so then they get excited.
There is a
about the
need.
idea. There is a need.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait for that to come. Oh, I'd so
Yeah.
much love to taste that. And then
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, so people get passionate. That's good. But yes, demographics. So you can, but then what happens is that, there's, Facebook has been accused of having click farms in Pakistan and Bangladesh. But again, when you specify with the right demographic that I want to reach people living in Helsinki, they cannot get you or some people in Bangladesh to like your page. As many celebrities even, that they have so many likes and followers and this and that, and you realize that they're fake. They're somebody with they're fake accounts, they're fake followers. They're some people that they paid a cent per like or something that to click
And I've been
like
getting
on.
loads of really strange people,
Yeah,
like, hello, darling, like messaging me, and I'm like, who are you?
well, and one last thing before we go to the task, that focus on free time. Thursday is the most popular day to post, as we said, while lunchtime 12 to 1 is the most popular time. Try posting when there's less competition in the news feed. So, of course, the more people know about this, the more people start doing it. But when people are having lunch, they're not posting. but they are checking. So you can schedule your post for a Thursday at lunch, Thursday, Friday at lunch, because they will be there with their phone. It's like, oh, a couple more days, or last day, Thursday. They can see and then eat at the same time. We see people doing that. Maybe you're doing the same, right? So do that, maybe. I mean, again, let's try and see what works, what doesn't.
But is that lunch, like Finnish lunchtime or Europe lunchtime?
Well, let's say for Finland it would be 11 to 1.
Yeah.
A good time.
Other people are like 12 or 1, 2 even.
Yeah. I mean, your analytics will then more specifically say that. I would say for Finland 11 to
11,
1.
yeah, that's.
Either 2, but in general. Hashtags are very important. Post with hashtags. Be positive. Use exclamation mark, but don't overdo it. Like 3 exclamation mark. Like it's like you're shouting. You know, how one of my former bosses used. I send messages. Krisa, 5 of those. It's like, oh my god, I'm getting so fired here. That's this problem. Why does she speak like that? Oh, she writes like that. And then also asking questions. They drive engagement. Now, for the Facebook task, before we go there, I want to show you this page here called Like Alyzer. I will open Facebook and I will take one by one your companies. So let's see. Kitty's. Hi, Kitty. Here you are. I have liked it already. So this is Kitty's Diner. So I copy your URL. You can do the same on your own. And I throw it to a website called likealyzer.com. So I throw the link here. And then I click enter. And what Likealyzer does, it analyzes your page. And it gives you a report, some results. It gives you, first of all, a score. Here you have a score of 75, which is a good score. And here it gives you some recommendations, what you could do better. Like other pages and interact with them. Potential vendors, suppliers, other similar things in US, UK, here and there. I don't know. Publish more, post more often, ask more questions. So Likealyzer also gives you suggestions, very concrete things. Encourage your fans to ask more questions for you to answer, right? Ask business partners, customers, and friends to become friends. And then you see here when you scroll down with green tick are the good things, that what is good about your page, and some things that have to be improved, like you haven't liked any pages, 0. This has to change. You have better score, better visibility, people know about you, like a small task for you to do. And then as you scroll down, you see here, for example, let's go post by pages, post per day, 0.4, too little, more. Likes, comments, and shares, as you mentioned, engagement is quite low. You were correct, but this tells us also to verify what we just said. Timing, way off. You click here, you get advice when is the right time. So please go to your computers now, take your Facebook page and throw it into likealyzer.com. Michael doesn't have a computer, so I did it for him. The rest of you, check your phones, or computers, and do the startup school also. What is yours? And I wanted you to tell us your score. What's your score?
75.
75. Very good. So copy your URL link and throw it into likealyzer.com. And then very interestingly here you have the there's a ranking here of companies similar to you, and this is where you rank.
1, 6, 9.
Yes.
Okay. In Helsinki or?
I think it's all over let's see, all over the world even, but let's see, where is this? Or the users who've used this service, So
should I like all of these people?
you decide. You decide
right.
what's good, because it will be visible also on your profile, because you give them traffic maybe. So in that sense, it will be visible in your. So anyone else, what scores do you have? Likealyzer.com, put your George? 33. What needs to change?
Username,
Username?
milestones, pages like.
Likes?
You mean text or
Yeah, if you scroll down a little bit, post by page, what needs to change there?
everything?
Yeah,
No posts. just
Yeah.
folded, yeah.
no posts, hashtags, curiosity, asking questions, length of post, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is something, one tool, for example, that can give you some indication. Then that machine, 42, what needs to change? If you scroll down, let's look at page, posts per page.
We don't post there. We're posted from Twitter, so we use Twitter monitor in that case. That's why Facebook. We're all version Twitter, so Facebook is not our.
But those posts appear still there,
Yeah, but
because you do have the post per week 1.68, so there are posts.
yes, there are posts, but it's like they're only likes from our friends. Exactly. So it's more about Twitter.
If it is your choice, I don't know. I can put it there for you. I can show it now. Pia, tell me your Facebook page, please. Uh-huh. With one eye? Yeah. Okay. Let me like you. Good. So this is your page, and I copy it and I paste it here. So now let's take a look at Pia's Facebook page. What Likealizer will give us. 57. Let's see what needs to change. Post per pages. So more posts, timing way off, asking more questions, hashtags not using. And then you read here about every time you click here, it can give you advice about times that they're recommended. So post by fans. Maybe you can ask your fans that, hey, take a before and after of yourself, or take a before and I can give you 10% off and I make sure you look after better. You know, give them something to do. Okay. Stupid games. Score. Okay. 69. And then who else do we have? Yeah, us. Good. So that's one thing. Put that website down, Likealizer, okay? It might give you some tips. It's up to you what you use or what you don't use, but put that down. That's a very good tool. Then let's go back now here. What I would like you to do is take your Facebook paper, the handout, and now I want you to create one post, one Facebook post for your startup. And I want you, when you go to Facebook, following these rules, let's say here are some of the pages that I'm an admin. Let's use this Wayne's Coffee, for example. And so what I would like you to do is go here, write your post, okay, according to the handout, the instructions. So build that, and then I want you here to schedule it, schedule your blog post according to some times that you think what we discussed and what makes sense for your personas and ideal customers when it should be out. Same thing for Startup School. Do you have something to tell? Maybe you can take a picture of us and say workshop is taking place. Yeah, so we can all look at Anna and she can make a post.
Great, so what about because I've just started to think about how to engage the audience I have, and I've started to do video blogging
Very good.
of our journey. Is that
Very good.
Good
As you
idea.
see, I'm a big fan of video, so yes, video.
I was kind of wondering about that because I'm not sure if I wanted to do like a more of a comedy kind of blog or more of a serious kind of blog. And I don't really know how to do that. But I mean, what is more kind of
I don't know. Should we look at you? Say hi. Okay.
I mean, what looks more professional? I mean, should you be true to your character, or should you be more true to your? Because Kitty Spider is a fun thing, and I'm kind of camp guy, so I could camp it up on the post, or I could be quite more serious. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think it has to be true to the brand. That's why
True to
you
the
should,
brand.
you know, do your, as you have a brand personification, as you can imagine the brand, the personas of your ideal
Okay.
customers or stakeholders. So the question is now, how, as we have the personas made, so make a post for one of your personas, okay? So what I want you to do is this. One Facebook post for your buyer persona. Buyer persona X, okay? Following this anatomy of a post, a Facebook post, and following the right scheduling. So schedule it so that it appears on the right time. Maybe today is a good time, lunch. Schedule it to appear even now. Let's see, and then we can see the statistics, how many, or anything that works for you. If you post already today, maybe you can leave it for tomorrow, or, okay? 5 minutes.
can I just ask quickly? Like, if I had 700 followers, and then most of the posts I see are like 250, that means that it's Facebook filtering, like who gets. So I have the 700 customers on my
Fans.
Facebook. Yeah, fans.
Yeah.
So then normally my posts go out that only 250 or 400 here.
Some of those
So-
fans might have hidden the notification,
Right.
so they might see it at all.
That is right. But
and
there's no
some-
filters on Facebook. Like, it goes to everyone.
Yeah, but it depends
Should do.
again, what have you bought, really, I don't know.
Because I heard there was a filter or something, like the more likes you get, or then they
Yes.
don't expose it to everyone.
Actually, the more likes you get, so, okay, it's an algorithm, it's not so simple, of course,
Mm.
but, it's the same, I think, with YouTube, and then you can, because if you get more likes, actually, the more people, or similar amount of people, like my fans, might not even see it again,
I see.
Because, for example, like you see a post where it says that Krista or your friend likes Kitty, but you don't, and then it prompts you like page.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I don't know now if you only put fans or.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can take,
Okay,
but
let's check.
let's do that.
Okay,
Good
but the
post.
perfect post.
Perfect post. Follow the rules.
I've always wondered what those are, and I've read them.
Yeah.
So 40
Yeah.
characters, right?
How do you do it? How do you create it?
George is asking about URL shorteners. I would also recommend Google URL shortener, George. Perhaps that's easier. Bitly or Google URL shortener. So don't put links that they're too long. It's not good. It doesn't look good. So you take a post here or a page that you want to, let's say this, or I don't know. Let's take one page. And then you throw it into a URL shortener. You click shorten URL, and then you have this custom-made shorter version of it, right? And this is what you you post here, okay? So don't leave this very long post, Haga Helia, Dore, Fai, / start at school, / blog 1, / you know, it's bit, and then once it previews, of course this is good, it's not so, it doesn't bother you so much, but you can even delete that URL link, you don't need it. You see? It still previews, my page is still there, but I don't have to have, you see, undo. So I put it first, the short link. I delete it altogether, but I don't lose my page. My page is still there.
Isn't that the case if you just do the link for that short link as well?
Yeah, but also the short links, I wouldn't mind if I personally see them, you know, and then they click, as long as they're short. They also make something for people to click directly, even though they preview this, you know, it depends, but sometimes, of course, people know, but some people might not even know that is this a clickable hyperlink. So practice that. Sometimes I would leave them like short, sometimes I would just delete the whole link and let it be like that, because it depends on actually how long is your post. But let's see some examples of yours. So I will go to your pages and I will see. So, or we can check. Did you make something?
I don't have an access to Facebook.
Who has?
My CTO.
You don't have access to your
Yeah,
company's Facebook?
Yeah, I have only access to Twitter and LinkedIn.
Okay. Could he add you there as an editor?
Well, yeah, but not now. I
You
guess.
text him?
Yeah, he is busy now.
Okay. But make a blog, like make a
I
post.
have,
Okay, good. And so you can imagine. Pia, the same for you? Have you thought about something?
Yeah, I already did it, but it's on in 2 minutes.
Okay.
I just tried it.
In 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You schedule your post
Yeah.
in 2 minutes. Anna?
Like 3
Yeah.
hours.
You're doing yours? Good. And make sure you know the timing there is correct, not off. The post structure. Stupid game. Smart, so big.
You got an idea, but we'll need
Yeah.
4 minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if this is perfect, but it's asking some questions. I don't know.
What questions would you ask?
Well, I just put a statement, are you hungry? And then I just hashtagged Kitty's Diner will be coming to hashtag Helsinki this year. What food would you like to see?
Okay.
Crowdfunding proudly with investor. Hashtag link.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So, are you hungry? Good question, but too general. Could you add, are you hungry for, and then make it specific to your restaurant? Are you hungry for, what would be your sort of your hottest dishes there?
Pancakes.
Are you hungry for pancakes? 60s
Everybody.
inspired, or, you know, something very, you know, or what would it be? Are you hungry for,
Or hot. No, long creamy milkshakes.
yes. And then you can even put a picture of milkshakes.
Oh, okay.
You have
But
some.
one other thing, can we use pictures from the internet?
No.
No.
But what I told last time is that you can use pictures that they're Creative Commons license 2.0. So go to
Where can we find pictures we can use?
Flickr, okay,
Because I've been looking and I'm like, ooh, that looks good. I'll post that.
So those are stock photos, right?
yes. So go to flickr.com/Creative Commons. You go there. Of course, I'm telling you now the free solutions, right? Of course, you can buy photos and you can use them. But as startups, I guess I'll show you like free stuff, okay? Free but good. All right?
Yeah.
The ones you can pay, I think you can find yourselves. And then you go here where it says attribution license and you click see more. Or you can go to the direct link flickr.com/Creative Commons/buy 2.0. And then here, if you type milkshakes and search, you get some nice pictures.
Oh, okay.
So, but what you have to do, attribution means that you have to say to give the credit to the photographer. So when you use that picture, you can either contact them, get a picture, or they have given the right for the pictures to be used when you say by Evans source, you know, there.
Okay.
So you can just give the name there, and so.
What's the implications if you post a picture like I have done that isn't mine?
Well, my
without
fiance is a photographer, and what happens is that how do you how do photographers protect the work? There's something called reverse Google search. So you can put all your pictures there and see who has used them in an unauthorized way, and then you can contact their person and say, either please remove it,
Okay.
or they can sue you. It depends. If it's a commercial use, like if you make a poster and use someone's picture without paying them.
But I should take those pictures down, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I would say that if you're find the picture and just at least give the source
Give the
image,
source.
give the credit, source, this and that. And then try to connect even with them, on Twitter, on the website, send them a message. Say, I used your picture.
Yeah.
Would it be okay? And I've added you can edit those posts, don't update the whole post. And you can say, this is the source.
Source of. Okay.
Source of, picture is
Are
who
there any
is the.
decent ones there?
Huh?
Are there any?
I don't know.
Laptop.
Depends now what.
Yeah.
But of course, I would advise you to take original pictures. That's
Yeah,
always the
right,
best.
yeah.
I have used, or we use now here with my startup and the startup school is this dollar Photoshop,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, it's called per month or something.
And
You can get-
Dollar photo
Yeah.
club.
um,
And
Also-
they provide the photos.
Yeah, so they're actually really good quality stuff.
Okay.
and also I recommend you Getty Images. So Getty Images, Getty big photographer hub. They have given many of their amazing photographers work for free. So you can find here great pictures and read a little bit more how to embed those pictures.
Okay, I should do my update.
So I would recommend flickr.com and make sure you use Creative Commons license attribution. Here, attribution license, or you can use Getty Images. Again, see which ones you can use. And then, of course, ideally, original pictures. You have stuff, collect all the pictures of the drawings, everything that has been made. So you have content. You have to create content, original. That's always the best. Now,
Okay.
So now, I have a picture of a pancake,
okay, you
and that's my post.
Okay, very good. Or could it be something that you ask your readers? Show us your pancake recipe.
Ah,
Maybe make a competition.
okay.
And then the best, there will be awarded when the rest have with free pancakes. Tell us your secret pancake recipe.
Tell us your secret pancake recipe.
And win this.
When you also have 66 people talking about you,
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean?
That they have either shared your blog post or
Like recently, or
well, where do you see that
I
information?
see that here. 66 talking about this.
Yeah, talking about this, either sharing or commenting and liking. So, but I think the sharing perhaps is the people talking
Sharing
about this.
posts or
Yeah,
sharing the site?
both. Yeah, like this is engagement. What we're talking about.
Okay.
And let me go back here to this. And let's go now to Twitter. Take a page, please, each. So Facebook, and again, now you've made some posts. Some of you managed or have access, okay? Some of you have thinking about some. Let's take a look at Twitter. Best days to tweet. Take a look at this, what John was actually also asking, depending on different businesses. Eugene, you are into the B2B,
Yeah.
right?
We already scheduled all.
Very good. So Eugene's business, that machine, is into B2B, not directly to consumer, but to other companies or organizations, right, that they might need their services. So in Twitter, for instance, you see the diversity here, the difference between the B2B, so the work week, Monday to Friday, and business to consumer, you see Wednesday towards the end of the week. Remember, we said Facebook, which days for Facebook?
Thursdays, Fridays.
Thursdays and Fridays. Which days now for Twitter as Eugene's company for B2B, the work week?
Yeah, but for example, in our case, we use on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we figure out that those.
Do you have some statistics from Twitter? Do you have the Twitter analytics that do weekend posts work for your business? If they work, fine.
Yeah, we have, but like it also depends because half our audience is from United States, and so we need to like scale differently, so different time zones.
Absolutely, that's a very good point. Yes.
United States.
Yes. So, of course, what works in your company? Are you a Finnish-based company that of course, you want to know when the Finns eat lunch, right? Like your companies, right? Are your company like your three, Pia's, Michael's, and John's and George's? But whereas in your stupid games and Dam Machine, maybe your audience is globally diverse. So what does that tell you? Okay. And again, where is your buyer persona? As we said, does she live in Kallio, or does she live in New York City, or does she live in Berlin with some other people? I'm not sure about that. This tells you something, right? That's why I want you to have your buyer persona in mind every time you do this. And here, as we go down, here you see George asked a very good question before about different businesses, industries, fields, so B2B, B2C, and of course, there's a difference between the content creation, that being in the restaurant management and being in the weight loss. So, of course, you need to know also what works in your company the best. For B2B, business to business, weekdays provide 40% more engagement than weekends. Whereas the engagement and the CTR, the click-through rate in the B2C industries are highest on weekends and Wednesdays. So Wednesday, weekend, and generally the end of the week, better for Twitter in the B2C. So do you have here a Twitter page?
No,
No.
not yet.
Okay, you don't have to if you know that your customers are there.
No, I want it, but I'm still like
Yeah.
doing.
Good. So that could be some tips perhaps that when you post. Okay. So CTR, click-through rate. Eugene, this is very important also to see from your analytics, your CTR. So how often and how many people click through your page, your link, your post. That's not just to put the post, Michael, not to put a post just for the sake of putting it out there, but as you said, what's my engagement, right? How many people click there and or reply or follow that link? Go there and donate. Go there and vote for me. Okay? Now, what is the time? We talked about which days, but what is the time? So if we look at the clock here for Twitter, 5 p.m. for highest retweets, 12 and 6, the highest click-through rate. So you can cut this also, or you can have that Prezi for you if you like. That could be due, of course, to the lunch breaks and the fact that people are looking for something to keep them occupied while they're commuting home from work. I do it often. I come from Porvoo every day. Jussi, you have some questions?
No, we just started that.
Good. We can take a look later. So I do the same. You know, I go to for the bus from Helsinki to Porvoo and vice versa. I check what's happening on Twitter. Should I retweet something? Should I create my own? I'm usually tired, so I retweet when I'm on the bus, when I commute. I don't have the energy and to think, and working from your phone, as you see, it's very difficult, right, to put the right links there and use the shorteners, but you want a mouse and a computer to do it easily. So in that sense, it doesn't work. So according to Twitter, users are 181% more likely to be in Twitter during their commute. Where do you use Twitter the most? In your personal Twitter, even if your company doesn't. Who has Twitter? Yes. Where do you use it? Where are
I
you?
don't use it personally.
Okay. Dinah, where do you use Twitter?
I have it for my own startup and then for the startup school also. But I mean,
What time of day?
what time of day?
Mm,
Well, we use it once per week.
okay.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
All that, so
Okay.
try to get more energy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been using it every day, but now, because I know that I don't want to use it for my personal life, because I don't want people to know where I am necessarily every minute of the day. But I believe that for the business, it's really good. So I've been using it every day.
Mm-hmm. Good. So now, before I give you the handout, so let's see some basic rules. Tweets with images get twice the engagement, so you don't have to tell people where you are, but put them some nice picture. Hashtags also get engagement. And the thing with hashtag is, I want you to understand, because I see many people do mistakes when it comes to hashtags. I will erase this here. So what are hashtags?
They're like indicators to a word, a search word.
Yes, a search word. That's good. So what you have to think is, you have your buyer persona or personae, all right, X. And you want to write a tweet, right, in Twitter for that persona. And you have to think that, what is this person looking for? So the thought here that you should have is, what is he or she or he looking for in Twitter, right? So what is that my brand buyer persona looking for? So here you can put keywords that could be your hashtags, that, of course, depending on your post. I would say, how many hashtags? I would say 2 to 5, no more. 2 to 5 hashtags. And you can have 2 general ones. Maybe you can have for your business some Kitty's Diner or Kitty or something, and then some other general would be, I don't know, food, or, or restaurant. You can think about what makes sense. Restaurant. And then some specific ones to your post. So some general ones, and then specific ones would be pancakes, because you put a picture of pancakes, and milkshakes. Milkshake, right? Or it could be something more specific. If your people, your personas are healthy conscious, it could be something like terveys, healthy lifestyle. Like, what are they searching for, right? What are these people searching for? 2 to 5 hashtags, no more. And you have to put it to the word. Remember that if you use punctuation marks, like commas, semicolons, exclamation marks, you break the hashtags. So if you were to put an apostrophe here in Kitty's Diner, that after the, before the apostrophe will be only your hashtag. That would not be included as diner. So be careful of the punctuation. But don't do discounts on your punctuation, right? If you have to, of course, in a hashtag, you cannot do much. But in general, in tweets, for example, don't write, your instead of your, right? Things like that, just to have smaller, shorter characters, right? unless it tells something, you want to be seen as more informal or speaking slang, or it has to have a purpose, right? So be mindful of this.
Krista?
Yeah.
Do you two do the message like first and then the hashtags after?
Yes.
Or included in the main body of the message?
If the main body of the message includes some of this, I would put it in the message, and then some general ones can come at the end, right? So if you talk about welcome to Kitty's Diner, welcome hashtag Kitty's Diner for authentic hashtag pancakes, and then a picture, and then hashtag restaurant, hashtag Helsinki, hashtag cuisine.
Okay.
If it's inside there, you don't want to be redundant and repetitive and use it in the blog post, in the post, and also in separately at the end, right? So if it's included there, hashtag, and then people can click and that's a link and it goes to the search.
Is this unique to Twitter, or would you use hashtags like this with Facebook as well?
I would do it in Facebook, I would recommend too. If it's in the sentence in your actual post, there's no, it's just extra, you're using extra characters, extra words. And since it's already there, just put the symbol there in front. So let's go now to let's fix now some tweets for you, please. Study your Twitter page, your handout, and make a tweet. How many of you have Twitter accounts for your startup? You do have. Yes, Pastor has. Not yet. You have. But even though you don't have yet, you can still make a post, okay?
I have an important question about followers. Like, because the most successful Twitter's accounts I've seen, like for example, I've been looking at business coaches, they've got a lot of people following them, but they don't follow so many people. So right now, because I thought, I'm going to go to Feban and I'm just going to click on everybody. So I have like 2,000 people I follow, but I have 220 people following me.
Yeah.
So does that look bad?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
that looks bad.
But it's a great question, and thank you, Michael. For Twitter, I would recommend a tool called Twitter Booster. It's an app if you have an iPhone. I don't know if it's for other devices. I have all Android, Nokia, iPhone. But for my iPhone, I use this Twitter Booster, and it has a very nice function where it tells me who's not following me, not followers. The ratio I try to keep is I always try to keep, and I advise you to be a little bit more ahead in your followers than the people you're following. So, of course, you follow people, right? Because it's good for, it's part of the community also. It's not like you're some diva that I'm not following anyone. I know Seth Godin, the guru of marketing, is not following anyone, zero, and some very celebrities, but I wouldn't recommend you don't follow anyone. It comes across as rude. But have a little bit more followers than the people that follow you, that you're following. So I would say, for instance, my ratio, let me see how much I have now on my Twitter. So yeah, of course, people, you can lose people and you could.
I tend to lose people every day, like up and it goes up, down.
Yeah.
Really.
Try to have a few 10s or 20 less that you follow. See what works, but it's not good to have such a big difference from thousands to yes.
It's too much.
It's a little bit too much, perhaps, the ratio.
So how many would you do?
I would follow maybe from those 200.
Oh, right.
So I would put that now. I will delete 1,600.
So following only 200.
I would follow.
Okay.
How to do the instant,
That's why I recommend this app to you in your
Because
phone.
I don't say my days.
It's a Twitter Booster.
But what if they're like people that are like CEOs or people like that?
It's a yellow with orange.
I mean, if you're
Pink.
trying,
You don't have a problem yet, but
I don't think I have that. I have a Windows phone.
Yeah, but I think you can find similar apps, and then of course then you can go manually there and go through that list and then untick perhaps.
Good
Go on.
okay.
But this is a good tool because here I see who's not following me. So yesterday I deleted Pastrum because John did not follow me. So I unfriended and unfollowed Pastrum. So now I'm seeing here who's not following me back. But these are some nice companies that I want to keep because they have really nice post facts about marketing, about PR, about whatever interests me. So of course, I don't want to unfollow them because I like to see their feed.
Okay.
So you have to be strategic here. But if there's some people, if there's a person that I followed and they're not following me back, I would go and
So if they
delete
don't
them.
follow you,
I
the
just click
general rule is just to delete them.
Yeah, of course, maybe you can send a message also to them. Depends how much time you have to allocate for that. That, hey, I see that you haven't, or we posted some really nice content there. Have you checked out our Twitter? You know, if you want to build that community.
But those robotic messages are not good.
No.
When you add someone and then they're like, hi, thanks for adding me.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend, but of course we can see how we can create those too, but not for your business at the moment. But yeah, so make some tweet. We have a few minutes.
So
Structure some post. Michael, give us a minute, please. Yes.
Yes. I mean, it's probably not recommended to post the same thing on Facebook and Twitter, right? So how is it?
Yeah, that's a good.
photo.
So
Yeah.
today I put this message.
Let me just 1 second, Michael. I'll just
Okay.
ask you Anna first. That's a good question. I personally, I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, but I have only 500 Twitter followers. So my goal is to, from now on, like you're building to build my Twitter more. I used to hate Twitter, and that's the reason perhaps it wasn't my thing. But it grew on me, and I started to like it even more. So now I decided, for instance, the last time we met, my Twitter followers were 250. I had exactly half of what I have now. So in 1 month, I got 250 followers.
Mm.
So I made a promise to myself that now my Twitter will go by the end of summer to 1,000 at least, organically. I'm not paying for anything, so just organically. So I got 250 since the last time I spoke with you. And since now I'm growing that, Anna, I want my Facebook 5,000 friends to see that I do have a Twitter, right? So in that sense, I want my tweets to be also in Facebook.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Oh.
So you can, yeah,
Something, it's a share button.
it's a share, yes, where you want to share it.
Oh.
Yes. But again, you don't have to have the same one, but it's like you have to think strategically really here. For me, I'm doing it because I want people to know that I'm also active in Twitter. So just hoping that I will get a couple more people to follow me through Facebook. But if you feel that there's no value in that, no, I wouldn't. And I will stop at some point, but now I want still people to know that I'm active there.
So that was my message. I got like these are favorites and 1 retweet, but then like this one I put the photo, but no one did, and I don't know.
It depends on the time of the day who is there.
But
But I would clean up, your task perhaps, Michael, is to clean a little bit your following list. Because what
Yeah.
probably you have done is you logged in from your phone and probably you're following all your Facebook friends that you have there automatically. It happens automatically.
Yeah.
So take them out or inform them beforehand that check out this and give us a follow.
One other thing, I'm sorry, I have so many questions. With the Facebook, is there like, is it good to just add everyone like on Facebook? Because I had this sort of realization that the only way that Facebook gives the message is if you have like thousands of friends. And I'm just like, click, click, click. I don't even know half the people. on
Okay,
my
I will tell you this tip and then we will go because I'm meeting one colleague at the info to give me a key, and then we have the lunch as we promised. But I'll show you a quick tip. So let me show you, for instance, here I am at a page that I'm managing. And what I would like to do is I would like here to invite people. So for instance, let's go to, I have some events happening. So you're very welcome this Friday. Yes. So here is my invite button. And generally I can invite to any page. And there is choose friends. And you can choose, you invite, okay, so I've invited almost everyone. But basically, what I would like to recommend is that here, there is a tool that I have downloaded, a plugin called Facebook Invite All. Do you see there? Now it doesn't preview because there's a bug in Chrome. But if you have Chrome as your browser, you can download a tool which is called Facebook Invite All. When you click there, it automatically invites all your friends to like your page or to come to your event, and you don't do anything.
Oh.
Okay? So I'll show you this when we come from the break, but try it out. Go to Google, to Chrome, download Chrome as your browser if you don't have it. Download a plugin called Facebook Invite All, and then I'll show you how it works. I will massively then invite people to your page.
All right. Great.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's have lunch and let's be back here in 45 minutes. So 12:45. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Are we till 2 o'clock today or?
Yes.
2.
Yes.
Do we need to stuff in the room or?
Yes, please. Yes, somebody is here definitely. Locked. Other.
Oh, it can't be worse than Margaret.
It's pretty awful.
It's okay when you're a student because you're paying quite little amount.
Right.